Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for joining us. I guess my first question is there anything from your point of view that the United States and its allies could do to relieve some of the pressure on the civilians over there? Because it seems to be that's where the focus is right now.
Well, first of all, David, good to be with you again. I would say to set the context, we know at this point the conflict is in a stalemate. Russia appears to have failed to have met any of its major objectives. And so now they have resorted to the typical Russian playbook, and that is a siege of cities and indiscriminate bombing and shelling of civilians, and an attempt to starve them out, deny them food, water, and power as a way to put pressure on the Zelensky government. So I think what can we do is continue not only to provide arms and ammunition and all the different weapon systems that the Ukrainians need, but also to try and get food and water and medical supplies into the innocent civilians who are trapped in these cities.
What do we do, Mr. Secretary, if anything at all, for someplace like Mariupol? Because in Kyiv, it's not surrounded. It may well be possible to get some of the humanitarian assistance in as well as armaments overground, but I'm not sure that's possible without an airdrop, sort of like the Berlin airlift.
I think there are clever ways to get stuff in on the ground. The Ukrainians have proved quite resourceful at doing so. I think we need to explore all those ways. It appears right now with the Russians having a presence in the skies and our unwillingness to enter that airspace, that an airdrop would not be feasible. But we need to find any number of ways to include, look, a humanitarian appeal through the UN, the Red Cross, and others to provide supplies, medical supplies to the people of Ukraine.
We certainly are providing armaments and continue to do that, as well as humanitarian assistance. Is there anything more we can do to increase the pressure on the Russian forces without escalating this?
Yes, I mean, we continue to, of course, provide arms and ammunition, the anti-tank and anti-ship missiles, which I don't think I've seen have been delivered yet. I think we should deliver those. I mentioned a couple weeks ago providing them with advanced air defense systems. So today there are reports that we may provide them with SA-8 systems, which are ground mobile, medium-range systems that will help them defend their airspace. And then I think, again, continue to provide targeting information and surveillance information that will help the Ukrainians on the battlefield. Look, we've had a big change here in the last 24, 48 hours. We're now hearing that the Ukrainians have not only defended their cities, but they are recapturing towns and recapturing ground taken by the Russians. And at the same time, we hear that there's a lot of unrest in Russia itself, people speculating about Putin's continued crackdown, what that might mean for him and his government. That would be good news if that fell.